Before there was a nation called the United States, there was a vast, untamed continent, a land shaped by ice, mountains, storms, and the people who lived here long before Europe ever dreamed of the New World. From the Navajo deserts to the forests of the Iroquois, Native American civilizations flourished with rich cultures, deep spiritual traditions, and complex political systems. Yet across the Atlantic, in crowded European cities, rumors began to spread. A new land, endless resources, a chance to start over. And so, a story began, not of one people, but of many, converging on a land that would forever shape the course of human history. The early 1600s. Three European powers, Spain, France, and England, turn their eyes toward North America. Spain explores the south. France moves along the rivers of the north. But it is the English who plant a seed that will grow into a nation. In 1607, the Virginia Company establishes Jamestown. It is not paradise. Swamps, malaria, hunger, conflict. Only a fraction of the settlers survive, but Jamestown endures and grows. 13 years later, another group sails across the Atlantic, the Pilgrims. Their ship, the Mayflower, survives weeks of storms before landing on the frozen shores of New England. They sign the Mayflower Compact, a small document with a big idea: self-governance. What began as scattered colonies would soon form the roots of a new society. Through the 1600s and early 1700s, England establishes 13 colonies along the Atlantic coast. Each colony develops its own identity. Massachusetts, religion and self-rule. Virginia, tobacco and plantations. Pennsylvania, tolerance and diversity. New York, trade and culture. The colonies are not unified. Their religions differ, their economies differ, even their laws differ. But a new American identity is forming, one built on independence, opportunity, and resilience. However, their growing prosperity does not go unnoticed by the British Crown, and tension begins to simmer beneath the surface. After the 7 Years' War ends in 1763, Britain is drowning in debt. To refill its treasury, it turns to the colonies. Taxes, duties, regulations, the Stamp Act, the Tea Act, the Townshend Acts. For colonists, this is more than economic frustration. It is a violation of their rights. They have no representatives in the British Parliament, yet they are forced to obey its laws. A rallying cry spreads through the colonies: no taxation without representation. Tensions explode in 1770 during the Boston Massacre. 5 colonists are killed. Anger grows. In 1773, colonists dump British tea into the harbor during the Boston Tea Party, a symbolic act of rebellion. Britain responds with harsh punishments. The colonies begin to unite, for the first time. April 19, 1775. At Lexington and Concord, gunfire breaks the morning silence. The American Revolution has begun. Farmers, merchants, blacksmiths, ordinary citizens take up arms against the most powerful empire on earth. A tall, reserved Virginian is chosen to lead the Continental Army, George Washington. His task seems impossible. Short on weapons, short on training, short on everything except determination. The war spreads across the colonies. Battles at Bunker Hill, New York, and Trenton test the resolve of Washington's forces. Amid the chaos, leaders meet in Philadelphia. On July 4, 1776, they sign the Declaration of Independence, a bold document stating, "All men are created equal. The world will never be the same." Independence is declared, but victory is far from assured. Washington faces defeat after defeat. Soldiers desert, supplies run out, morale collapses. Then comes Valley Forge, the winter of 1777. Temperatures drop, food disappears. Thousands freeze, starve, or fall ill. But Washington does not give up. He orders training, discipline, and unity. Slowly, the army transforms from a desperate militia into a professional fighting force. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts pay off. France, inspired by America's fight, joins the war, providing ships, soldiers, and hope. The tide begins to turn. At Saratoga, the Continental Army wins a stunning victory. At Yorktown in 1781, with French support, they surround British General Cornwallis. Outnumbered and exhausted, the British surrender. The impossible becomes reality. A new nation has earned its freedom. War ends in 1783, but peace brings new challenges. The 13 colonies are independent, but divided. Some want a strong central government. Others fear tyranny. Money is worthless, the economy unstable, and the young nation nearly tears itself apart. In 1787, delegates gather in Philadelphia for a bold experiment, to craft a new form of government. The result? The United States Constitution, a system built on checks and balances, rights and freedoms, all designed to prevent the return of monarchy or dictatorship. In 1789, George Washington is elected the first president. The new nation finally has direction. America's founding is not a simple story. It is a story woven with contradiction, freedom and limitation, unity and conflict, hope and hardship. The Founding Fathers dreamed of liberty, yet many people in the new nation remained without rights. The Constitution becomes not a perfect document, but a promise, a roadmap for future generations to expand what America could become. From fragile colonies on a distant continent to a united republic born from war. The story of America is a story of courage, revolution, and reinvention. A nation built not by kings, but by people who believed the world could be different. This is how the United States of America began, not with certainty, but with a dream. This is the birth of a nation.